and I am the MBA and MS Admissions Recruitment Advisor. So I work with the students all through the application process for the graduate business programs, all the way through graduation. So today we're going to talk a little bit about our MBA Fast Track Program. And this is a special program that is for non-business majors, and you're able to complete the program while you are still in your undergraduate degree. So I'm going to share my screen and we'll get started. Feel free to leave any questions in the chat, and at the end we will also open it up for questions as well. Okay, so why would you consider an MBA? This is really going to help you broaden your career possibilities. It will definitely make you more marketable when you're looking for jobs. It's going to increase your earning potential and fuel your entrepreneurial spirit. Some highlights from the program: it gives you the opportunity to work on many real life projects. So within the program in your classroom, we have companies that are coming in and giving you real life projects to work on. So you're not just doing a project for the sake of a grade, but you're getting that real life experience and that networking opportunity with the company. There are competitive admission standards, so these are for high achieving students, this particular program. And it's opportunities to network with students who are currently executives all around the New York metro area. So you're going to be in classes with students who are already working full-time, have been in the workforce for many years. So you really are going to gain a lot of knowledge, not only from the classroom and your instructors, but your fellow classmates. So this program combines a 4-year undergraduate degree and a 48 credit MBA into a program that can be completed within as little as 5 years. Now, that being said, if you are going to be, finishing your bachelor's degree a little bit early, it's just that this particular degree will be 1 extra year if you're able to utilize the full credits at your undergraduate level. So undergrad students in this program take the graduate MBA courses beginning in their junior and senior year, and they typically finish within 1 year after you complete your bachelor's degree. So once again, it is designed for high achieving students. So we are looking for an overall GPA of a 3.2 or higher, and that is a hard requirement. We are looking for that 3.2. We're looking to see if you have a record of leadership and academic excellence, as well as what your goals are. It's approved with nearly 50 undergraduate majors. It's not every major, so you definitely want to make sure that your major is approved. And these are for non-business students. So once again, it is a 48 credit program in total for the MBA. You're able to take up to 15 of those 48 credits while you are still in your undergraduate program. And that's how you'll be able to then complete it with 1 extra year full time after you graduate. We have an accounting MBA, which provides a pathway for our accounting minors to be prepared for the New York State CPA requirement as well. Typically, you can start in your junior and senior year. However, you can start to apply in your sophomore year as well. The earlier, the better. That way you have more time to plan to take these credits as part of your program. So during your first semesters in the Fast Track program, you'll be able to participate in extensive group work. That's a huge part of our program because it's a huge part of the business world, working in teams and working with groups. Another great aspect about these credits that you'll be taking while you're an undergrad student, those 15 credits, is that you're paying the undergraduate tuition for those classes. So for those 15 credits, you pay undergrad tuition. Once you complete your bachelor's and come into the graduate program as a matriculated graduate student, that is when you'll start paying the MBA tuition. So you do save a lot of money doing this program. So MBA courses can be taken concurrently with your undergrad courses during the regular semesters, or you can choose to take the MBA courses in the summer and winter session. It really is whatever works best for you and your schedule. And you'll meet with me each semester and we can discuss, how many classes to take, what the right classes are to take. And that's why it's better the earlier you start, then you don't have to cram them all in at the end of your program. So one thing, you take up to 5 courses while you're still an undergraduate student. So after you complete your bachelor's degree, you will be awarded your bachelor's. So you don't have to wait to complete both programs to get your bachelor's degree. So once you complete it, you would then come into the graduate program as a matriculated graduate student and then complete the remainder of your requirements. It typically takes 1 year if you're going full time. It does not have to. You can spread those out if you wanted to. So there's lots of flexibility with the program. So these are the current MBA options. So first, we have a general MBA, where you can mix and match your electives based on what your interests are. You can also do an MBA with concentrations, and the 2 concentrations would be innovation or operations analytics. So starting for fall 2021, the general and the MBA with concentrations will also have an option that if you wanted to, you can complete it fully online. So that is brand new. So if you are interested in that, let me know. That's not something that you need to declare now, but you would declare it when you matriculate as a MBA student. We also have the MBA in accounting. It does have prerequisites required, and I'll go over that in another slide, which is really encompassed in the accounting minor. We have an MBA in finance, MBA in healthcare management, and an MBA in marketing. So if anyone's interested in accounting, these next few slides are going to go over what that looks like. So we have here in the College of Business a minor in accounting, and this can be taken with any major. You don't have to be a business major to come into the minor. The minor includes 8 classes. And if you combine the the accounting minor and the MBA Fast Track in accounting, you are ready to take the CPA exam. The MBA in accounting is a CPA license qualifying program. So it's already been vetted by the CPA that we meet all the requirements by taking the minor and coming into the MBA in accounting. Students can apply for the accounting minor at any time during their academic career. We do look for a 3.2 or higher as well. And the application is on the College of Business website, and you would do it during the declaration period. Transfer students do not need to wait for a Stony Brook GPA. They are able to apply the semester if their transfer GPA was a 3.2 or higher. These are the courses that are encompassed within the accounting minor. And what's important to understand is that these are the particular areas that you also need to meet for the CPA exam. So there are very specific courses. So when you take these courses and then come into the MBA, you're meeting all the requirements. So when should you apply for the Fast Track program? You should apply starting your sophomore year. So I would say sophomore or junior year is preferable. If you are in your senior year, you can definitely still apply. We can review how many credits you have open. If you weren't able to get the full 15 done, that's fine as well. You would just have to finish the rest of the credits on the graduate level. So it may be longer than a year if you're not able to get the full 15 done while you're an undergrad. So it's never too early to be interested in the program. You can start preparing for the program by successfully completing an Intro to Calculus course and maintaining a high GPA. These are our current deadlines. So if you're interested in starting the fast track for summer 2021, you should just submit your application through our Google form by March 15th. It's a little bit earlier. But if you're interested in starting it for the fall, then the deadline would be April 15th. So these are the admissions requirements. So current SBU undergrad from an approved major. You do have to have a 3.2 or higher, and we do look for a Stony Brook GPA. So if this is your first semester, we would need to wait to see your grades for your Stony Brook GPA. A 3-credit calculus course with a grade of C or better, and this can be an introductory calculus, even a pre-calculus course. So keep that in mind that if you don't have that yet, to kind of plan for that with your advisor for a future semester. It's a one-page application. It is a Google form that's listed on our website, and it's underneath our undergraduate tab on the College of Business website. We ask for a personal statement and a copy of your resume. You'll need 2 to 3 letters of recommendation. We prefer at least one from a Stony Brook instructor. It doesn't have to be a business instructor. It can be from any area. And then the others can be from instructors, employers, coworkers, anyone who can speak to what your academic goals are. So we do have an interview process for this program, but due to COVID, we're going virtual. So we will send you the questions to answer, and you would just do a video submission answering that question, and the committee will review them. So what's great about this is that there is no application fee and there is no GMAT required. So both of those are saving you a lot of money by applying to the fast track while you're still in your undergrad. Okay, so like I said, we have many approved majors. Definitely take a look at our website for the full list, but this just gives you an idea of some of them. Here you see we have art, we have biochemistry, biology. This one's important. Our biology, the BS is an approved major. The BA is not. So if you are a biology in the BA, you may want to consider changing to the BS or just coming into our regular 40 credit MBA after you graduate. So we have computer science, economics, English, journalism, marine science, history. So it really goes across the board with the majors. Okay, so the minimum number of credits to graduate would be the 48 credits for the graduate program, and then as few as 105. The undergraduate credits that you need to complete will vary based on your major, minor, SPC requirements. So the 15 credits that you're going to complete as an undergraduate, is important to plan for them with your advisor. They're going to count towards upper division electives or just open electives. They can't count towards major, minor, or SPC requirements. So once again, it's important to meet with your advisement team and make sure that you have room for those credits. Okay, so once students matriculate to the graduate school, so that means that you've completed your full bachelor's degree, and now you're coming in as a graduate student. There's some things to keep in mind. First is financial aid. Financial aid is different on the graduate level. So once you matriculate, anything that you had previously in your undergraduate, things like grants, like TAP or Pell, they no longer exist at the graduate level. That being said, the classes that you're taking while you're an undergrad count towards any undergraduate financial aid. So there's no issue while you're still an undergraduate student. Tuition and fees will increase to the MBA tuition for the semester that you start the program. So the MBA has its own tuition chart. So if you look at the Bursar's website, you will see undergraduate, graduate, and MBA. So you want to make sure that you're looking at the correct MBA tuition chart. Once converted to a graduate student, you are allowed to live in different housing. So there is West Apartments, Schaumburg, and Chapin, and they all vary with their fees. So you want to take a look at the housing website to see what that looks like. Okay, great. So now you learned all about the program and you're ready to start applying. You'll visit the College of Business website for more details, and everything is there for you. If you click on the MBA Fast Track Admissions under the undergraduate tab, you will see the Google form as well as everything else that you need to submit. The additional materials, such as your personal statement, resume, letters of recommendation, should all be sent to the COB graduate at stonybrook.edu. And the letters of recommendation need to come directly from your recommender. So they should not be sent to you and then sent to us. In order for them to be official, they have to come directly from them. But we will accept an email. So if you have any questions, or if you need to send in any details, once again, it's that COB graduate at stonybrook.edu. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing and I'll take a look, see if we have any questions. Feel free to leave any questions in the chat, or you can unmic yourself, raise your hand, however you want to do it. Oh, we have a quiet group. Okay, I'll wait a minute and see if I have any coming through.
You said that we don't need to take a GMAT for this, but like I have a friend who goes to Binghamton and she has to take the GRE. So do we have to take the GRE for the fast track?
That's a good question. No. So the GRE and GMAT are both entrance exams to graduate school. So depending on programs that you're looking at, they may ask for one or the other. But for the fast track program, that test is waived.
Okay.
Okay, so I have a couple questions here in the chat. Okay, so Bisma, I see your question here is about how many credits will we be taking per semester in junior or senior year? So that really depends on each individual person. So we can work with you to see, how many credits are you taking with your undergrad program and where the graduate program classes will fit. So you can take them in your regular semesters. Usually students would add 1 or 2 maybe per semester. And then you can also add in classes during the winter and summer session. Okay, so can you double major and fast track, for example, AMS and economics? So yes, you definitely can have a double major as long as it's not business. If business is one of your majors, it really doesn't make sense for you to do the fast track. But with that example, the AMS and economics, I would say yes. You would just want to make sure that you had room in your program for those electives. Okay, so even if I'm a business major, then I can still get an MBA courses in my undergrad time. So that's a good question. Not for this program. This MBA Fast Track is not for business students. If you are a business major, you would be eligible for the 36 credit track, which is less credits. So it is still a 1-year option. Is that just that you start the program while after you complete your bachelor's degree, not while you're an undergrad. I'm just looking to see if I missed any questions. Okay, so Chloe, good question. She asked, are there joint programs for MS or computer science, MBA, for example? So there definitely are. We have several combined programs. We do have a computer science and MBA, for an example. However, you can't do the combined program on the graduate level and the fast track because it's too many combined credits. So you would either have to do your bachelor's and MBA combination, or you would have to wait until you completed your bachelor's, but then come into a combined program, such as the computer science and MBA. You can't do both. Okay, so it looks like I have a few more questions. Let's take a look. Yes, psychology is definitely an approved major. We have a lot of students in psychology in the Fast Track program, and I really think that it's an excellent combination because psychology students, I think, and business, looking at the background, things like marketing, operations, really work well together. Okay, so Ms. Sharma, I see that you asked if you got waived from calculus. Do you still need to take calculus course? Um, you would have to take a look at your transcripts. If it has on there that you were waived, we may be able to waive that requirement. We'd have to see what other math you've taken. Okay, will there be a summer application? Yes, so there is summer and fall, so you can join for summer or fall 2021. The summer application would be due by March 15th, so we would need to have your application and all materials by March 15th to be considered for summer. And then for fall, we need your materials by April 15th. Okay, I see that Marie added the available majors that are approved. Okay, so that's a good question. And Bisma also asked, what if you start and you do the classes for the MBA and then in the end you decide not to pursue it? You can withdraw from the Fast Track program. Any classes that you took would still count towards your undergraduate degree. The things to keep in mind that if you do that, first, you wouldn't be able to apply to the MBA here at Stony Brook again in the future. Really, you're taking away kind of that opportunity to do that later on. The other thing to keep in mind is that if you decide to go to another MBA program, say at a different institution, the classes that you took as part of your undergrad degree will likely not be transferable because they're counting towards your undergrad degree. So those are just some things to keep in mind. But yes, you would have the opportunity to withdraw if you wanted to. Okay, let's see. Great. Let's see if I missed any. I think I'm caught up on questions in the chat. If anyone wants to unmic or raise your hand. No?
What can you major in the fast track program? Like I know what majors are available, are not available accepted, but like what can you major in the program?
Sure. So I'll go quickly over the different concentrations again. So they're not called majors at the graduate level, but there are different concentration options. So first is just a general MBA where you can mix and match your electives. It's very flexible, so you can take electives in all different areas. Then you can do an MBA with a concentration in operations analytics or innovation. And then we have our separate degrees. So there's an MBA in marketing, MBA in accounting, MBA in healthcare management, and an MBA in finance. So those are all the areas that you can choose from. And the core classes are exactly the same no matter which one you choose. So you don't need to choose that right away. You would start with the core classes while you're in your undergrad program. And once you matriculate into the graduate program is when essentially you need to decide which one you would want to go towards.
Okay. And are we supposed to let our advisors know that we're interested beforehand? Or is this something that we do on our own?
No, I mean, you definitely can. I usually encourage students to meet with their advisor to just make sure that you have the room in your program for those 15 credits. And once again, they count towards upper division electives or just open electives towards your 120 or whatever it may be for your particular degree program. They just can't count towards the major, minor, or SBC requirements.
Okay, so we do need to redo the SBCs?
No, these have nothing to do with SBCs, correct. So they
Okay.
can't count towards SBC requirements.
Okay, so it's still like the total credit for the MBA is still 120?
No, so your bachelor's would be the 120, or what it may be more depending on what your particular major is. And
Mm-hmm.
then it's 48 credits in total for the MBA. But
Okay.
15 of those credits can be double counted
What do you
if you're
mean
able to
by
do the.
what do you mean
So
by double counted?
sure. So it means that you can use the MBA credits for your electives, the upper division or just general electives for your bachelor's. And so they will count towards your bachelor's degree. And then they also count towards your master's degree at the same time. So that's where you're saving the time and the money doing the fast track because it's
Okay.
counting towards both programs. So essentially, if you're able to get the full 15 done while you're an undergrad, you would have then 33 credits left to complete the MBA once you completed your bachelor's, which can be done in just one extra year.
Is there a list of like those 15 anywhere?
Yes. So if you look at our website, any of our MBA programs, you can see, or also the graduate bulletin, all the requirements for the degree. And it would be really the 15 that you would choose would depend individually on what you were interested in. But you would start with the core classes. So the core classes are going to be the same no matter which MBA you choose. So classes like accounting, marketing, finance, operations, organizational behavior. Those are all the introductory courses. So you don't need to have any business experience to come into the program. You're going to be getting those introductory skills within your core classes.
Okay.
Good questions. Okay. Anyone else? Oh, okay, I have a couple in the chat. Okay, so sorry, I'm just looking back. I have a few questions here. Okay, so Melissa asked, is there a chance to take the MBA in finance fully online? That's a good question, Melissa. Unfortunately, the answer is no. That particular program is not offered fully online. But it would be a mix of in-person classes, which are flexible. So we have classes during the day, in the evening, early afternoons, as well as some online courses, but you wouldn't be able to do more than 50% of the classes online. Oliver, so you said 15 undergrad credits. Correct. So the maximum that you can count towards your undergrad degree is 15 credits. Okay, so Anne once again asked about the MBA in accounting being fully online. Unfortunately, once again, no. The only one that is approved right now for fully online is our general MBA and our general and the MBA with concentrations. So you could do general, operations analytics, or innovation fully online. All of the other programs would be a mix of the in-person and online courses. Okay, so Oliver has a question. If I was interested in accounting, no. So if you're interested in accounting, you would have to do the accounting minor, which would be separate completely from fast track. The accounting minor is what you need to get into the MBA in accounting program. So you would be able to take both of them and then essentially get into the MBA in accounting once you complete your bachelor's. But in order to sit for the CPA exam and meet the requirements, you would need to take the accounting minor and then come into the MBA in accounting. So you can do them at the same time. You would start with just the core classes in your undergrad. Once you have completed the minor and come in as a graduate student, that's when you would take the graduate level accounting courses. Does that answer your question? Okay, so let me know if it didn't. Okay, so for the fast track, like I said, you're really applying, you don't need to declare which program you're taking until you are graduating with your bachelor's. So you can apply now, and have an idea in your head that maybe I want to go for the MBA in finance, the MBA in marketing, and that will help me guide you in the core classes that you should take within the program. But you don't need to decide, and you can change your mind really up until you matriculate as a graduate student. So you can have an idea of what you want to start in. And then as you start taking those core classes, it will help you decide which way you want to go with it. Okay. Are the online courses a different price? So no, the online courses, in-person courses are all the same MBA tuition. Okay, so Oliver, got it. So you're in the accounting minor. The 15 credits is going to be part of the 48 credit MBA. So those 15 credits would be your upper division electives or just general electives. They're separate from the minor completely. Um, and then once you matriculate, you would complete the 33, which would be that one extra year. But it would be, that's when you would say that you're in the MBA in accounting, you'll be able to declare that. Okay, so it looks like I've caught up with the questions in the chat. Some people had to hop off, so I understand that's completely fine. Does anyone else have any questions you want to go over? All right, great. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. Please feel free to reach out if you have any questions. Once again, it's the COB graduate at stonybrook.edu. Have a great day.